Good evening. The International Criminal Court in The Hague has issued an arrest warrant for Sudan's President Omar al Bashir on charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity in Darfur. Sudan had hoped for a different result, but today the judges at the International Criminal Court ordered the arrest of President Omar Hassan al Bashir of Sudan, charging him with war crimes and crimes against humanity.
Today, Pre-trial Chamber 1 of the International Criminal Court, composed of Judge Akua Kwenyehia from Ghana, the presiding judge, Judge Anita Uchaska from Latvia, and Judge Sylvia Steiner from Brazil, issued a warrant of arrest for the arrest of Omar Hassan al Bashir, the president of Sudan, for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Omar al Bashir is suspected of being criminally responsible as an indirect co-perpetrator, or in the alternative, as an indirect perpetrator, for intentionally directing attacks against an important part of the civilian population of Darfur, Sudan, murdering, exterminating, raping, torturing, and forcibly transferring large numbers of civilians and pillaging their property.
They did not include the charge on genocide requested by the prosecutor Luis Moreno Ocampo. In issuing the order, the three judges at The Hague brushed aside diplomatic requests for more time for peace talks and fears that the warrant would incite a violent backlash in the country. It had taken more than 7 months to examine the evidence and to bring forth the current results.
Omar al Bashir's official capacity as a sitting head of state does not exclude his criminal responsibility, nor does it grant him immunity against prosecution before the International Criminal Court, according to Pre-trial Chamber 1. According to the judges, the above-mentioned crimes were allegedly committed during a 5-year counterinsurgency campaign by the government of Sudan against the Sudanese Liberation Movement Army, SLM/A, the Justice and Equality Movement, and other armed groups opposing the government of Sudan in Darfur.
It is the first time the court, which opened in 2002, has sought the arrest of a sitting head of state. The judges charged Mr. Bashir with 5 counts of crimes against humanity, including murder, extermination, forcible transfer, torture and rape. The court has called on all countries, including those who are members of the court and of the United Nations, to cooperate with the courts. If al-Bashir is brought to trial and prosecuted, he faces a maximum sentence of life imprisonment.
The judges were clear. There is no immunity for head of states before the International Criminal Court. As soon Omar al Bashir travels through international airspace, he can be arrested. Like Slobodan Milosevic or Charles Taylor, Omar al Bashir's destiny is to face justice.
In Sudan's capital, Khartoum, protesters held up banners and flags to demonstrate their support for their president and denounce the court's decision. Sudan does not recognize the court's jurisdiction and refuses to arrest suspects. Security is high around many embassies in Khartoum, and some diplomats and aid workers stayed home amid fears of retaliation against Westerners if the warrant of arrest is issued. The arrest warrant is likely to further complicate the international debate over how to solve the crisis in Darfur. It comes despite concerns voiced by the United Nations diplomats, the African Union, the Arab League, and some humanitarian organizations that such a move could provoke renewed violence in the country and put at risk the pivotal peace deal that ended an even more deadly civil war in southern Sudan.